Okay, let's just say it. English spelling can be an absolute nightmare, right? And you know why? It's because English is basically this huge mashup of other languages. You've got German, French, Latin, all with their own rules. It's a mess. But today, we're going to tackle that chaos head on. We've got 7 powerful strategies that will help you write with so much more confidence. Let's dive in.
Does this sound familiar to you? You've just written something you're actually proud of, maybe an important email or a report, and then that little voice pops into your head. Wait, did I spell that right? Ugh, it's a feeling that can just totally crush your confidence. You are definitely not alone in this. It's a super common frustration.
But here's the really good news. Getting good at spelling isn't some kind of magical gift you're either born with or you're not. Nope, it's a skill. And just like any other skill, you can learn it. It's all about building a system of really powerful, repeatable habits. So today, we're going to build your personal toolkit to turn that spelling anxiety into a real skill.
All right, so our first stop is all about awareness. I mean, think about it. You can't fix a problem if you don't even know it's there. So the very first step to becoming a great speller is just getting to know the specific mistakes you tend to make again and again. You know, a ton of our most common spelling mistakes come from words that sound exactly the same but mean totally different things, like there and there. Our ears hear the same sound and our brains get confused. Recognizing these little personal tripwires is the first step to finally getting them right. So how do you keep track of all this? Here's your first practical tool. Start a spelling journal. It sounds so simple, but it is incredibly effective. Seriously. Anytime you catch a mistake, just jot it down. Put the correct spelling right next to the wrong one. Then just take a minute, literally 60 seconds, each day to look over your list. This process builds that awareness we're talking about.
Okay, so once you're aware of your own common slip-ups, the next step is to understand the system itself. English spelling isn't just a totally random mess of letters. All those different languages we mentioned, that's where the rules and, yeah, the exceptions come from. Learning them makes the whole thing way more predictable than you probably think.
And you'll start seeing these patterns everywhere. Like that tation ending, that's usually a big clue you're dealing with a noun. And of course, there's the old classic I before E except after C. Knowing these core patterns just means you have to guess way less, which gives your brain a solid framework to rely on.
Oh, long words. They can be so intimidating, right? So here's a great little trick to make them manageable. Don't try to tackle the whole word at once. Just break it down. Look at the word, then say it out loud, syllable by syllable. Op, por, tu, ni, ti. When you say the parts, you're using your hearing to help you remember. Then, as you write each part, you're locking it into your muscle memory. It makes even the craziest words feel doable.
And you know, sometimes you just need a fun little memory trick, something called a mnemonic. How in the world do you remember how to spell necessary? Just remember this silly sentence. It's necessary to have 1 collar and 2 sleeves. That's 1 C and 2 S's. Simple, a little weird, but it works every single time.
Okay, so we've covered awareness and we've covered the rules. Our next strategy is all about training your brain to become a visual spelling expert. This is where you develop that gut feeling, that sense that a word just looks right, or really wrong. Your eyes can be your secret weapon here.
And what is the absolute best way to train your eyes? It's as simple as this. Read more. That's it. Every single time you read a book or an article online, or even the subtitles on Netflix, you're showing your brain thousands of correctly spelled words. You're just absorbing the patterns without even realizing you're doing it. Reading is truly spelling practice in disguise.
Look, we all use spellcheck, but it's how you use it that really matters. So here's the deal. Don't just blindly click accept on the correction. Use it like a personal tutor. When it flags a word, just pause for a second. Ask yourself, okay, why was that wrong? Was it that I before E thing again? Did I mix up there and there? This turns a quick fix into an actual learning moment.
And now, we get to the most important part of all. You can know all the rules and all the tricks in the world, but that knowledge only becomes a real skill through practice. It's consistent repetition that really forges these habits and builds true mastery.
And hey, practice doesn't have to be some huge, overwhelming chore. Let's set a really simple, totally achievable goal. Just one. All you have to do is write 1 short paragraph every single day. That is it. We're not talking about writing a novel here. It's just about building a consistent habit that's going to give you amazing results over time.
So here's a powerful little loop you can do every day.
As you're writing your paragraph, just highlight any word that feels even a little bit off. You know that feeling? Then look it up. And finally, rewrite the word correctly a few times. This simple, active process will literally help cement the correct spelling into your brain.
As you start putting all of this into practice, please remember this. The goal is not to never make a mistake again. That's impossible. The goal is just to make fewer mistakes tomorrow than you made today. So be patient with yourself, celebrate the small wins, and focus on your progress, not on being perfect.
So, there you have it. From keeping a journal and learning the rules to training your eyes and practicing every day, you are now officially equipped with a fantastic toolkit. These are the strategies that are going to help you move from feeling anxious about spelling to feeling truly confident.
We've covered a lot of ground here, and now it's your turn to continue the journey. So I've got one last question for you. Looking at all these different strategies, which single tool are you going to commit to adding to your own writing kit starting today?